I don't know if anybody will be joining me today. I don't have any followers and I have very few friends, but I was so extremely excited and I just couldn't wait to unbox my birthday gift from Clara. I'm gonna see. My video, my mount is not very good. Let me see. Okay, you're here, Clara. Yay! Am I here? Is it good? It looks like it's good. Okay, so I just want to say that it means so much to me from the bottom of my heart that you took the time to wish me a happy birthday and send me something that was incredibly generous, and I don't feel like I deserve it. But so to give a little backstory, Clara said so we were talking about Beauty Bay, and I had gotten something for my friend Louise because I loved the I might do a look. Well, yes, I will do a look. But my friend Louise was talking about, this is the problem with doing it on my phone, was talking about the Bright Mattes palette. Or no, she was talking about the Coastal Scents and like the big eBay palettes that have a million colors. And I'm like, oh, since I bought the Beauty Bay palette, the Bright Mattes 42, I've been pretty much primarily living out of that palette. So I was like, oh, let me get this for her. So I got it and we were talking about it. And then I was talking about Melt with Clara, and she's been trying to get me into Melt for a really long time. And every time I go to like, okay, Beauty Bay has some kind of discount or sale or whatever, I'm like, but do I want to justify it? Because there's a lot of, I don't know, controversy in regards to Melt. And some people really love their formula and some people really hate it. And some of their palettes are not the same formula as other palettes. So I've always been like unsure whether I should. Live chat. There we go. I wasn't looking at the live chat. Okay, so I wasn't really sure if I should try that. Clara made a purchase for me. We were also talking about the Wilderness palette, and I was saying how beautiful it was. So she made a purchase for me. So since we were talking about everything, I'm not quite sure what was given because she said, I got it for you. But I had been talking about the Wilderness palette, the Smoke Sessions palette, and my all-time favorite love, the Muerte palette that doesn't exist. Hi, Em! So Clara and Em are with me right now. Thankfully, somebody actually joined. So I don't really know what's in this package. Okay, that's not true. I can't lie. I opened the package, so I know what's in there. But I'm gonna pretend like I didn't open the package and that I don't know what's in it because I was really shocked and I wanted to convey the shock on my face because I really didn't know what she was going to get me after all. And she said there was a surprise, so I knew it was going to be something from Mel, but I didn't know what. So, my darling Clara, a crumbly palette. Yeah, see, okay, so I did get the Wilderness palette, which I'm super excited about because I saw it and it's beautiful. And because I like the Bright Mattes palette, I was like, I assume I'm going to like the Wilderness palette, and the Bright Mattes didn't have any shimmers. So this is the Bright Mattes palette, which is gorgeous, simply stunning. And the shadows, like the shimmery shadows, look so beautiful. So I'm so excited about that. But then that stinker, that little devious devil trickster Clara, she got me the Amor y Mariposas palette from Meld, which, oh my gosh, when I saw pictures of it online, I was like, oh, it's just okay. But seeing it in real life, and it's not even going to do it justice because you're not here with me in real life, but Ruby and I both just, our hearts dropped. It's gorgeous. So we're going to be doing a look probably with this one instead of the Wilderness palette, but I'm going to swatch both just because it, like, what kind of video would this be if I just live chat all messages of this? Okay, I guess only when I'm able to, just when they come up. But yeah, so it's beautiful. I swatched, it's a gorgeous palette. I swatched it in Sephora and it took a lot to refrain from buying it. I don't know how you would, well, I haven't swatched it yet, but I don't know how you would look at this palette and not buy it. Don't be afraid to say it. I mean, it's not like I made it, haha. I will be afraid to say it, Clara, but also I won't be afraid to say it because I'm super curious if Melt is really worth all the hype that Clara makes it out to be. But then again, Clara, do you have this palette? So can you verify whether it is actually like typical, the Melt formula that you like, not the Melt formula that sucks? And it's like, which one was the really bad one? The Rust 27 one? 27? Why is there a 27 in there? There's a Rust palette? I don't know. But yeah. Yes, some of the, yeah. Well, it's not fair. I'm gonna have to get it for you too. Oh, the 420 palette. Yeah. So I've heard that some of them are really terrible. So I guess we shall see. So let's save this one and let's just swatch the Wilderness one first. She didn't like it. She's in parties. I had a feeling it was gonna be a letdown. I don't know why. Okay. So the first shade is Snow, and although I can't imagine Snow is going to look good swatched, it's just, I guess, your typical highlight shade for a person of my complexion. It always holds me back not knowing. Yeah, FOMO is so real in the beauty community. So the next shade is Sky, which is like a turquoise, like I guess a true turquoise would be a good color for it. Oh, it looks so pretty. It's perfect turquoise. Ruby, why don't you go play with Daddy? The point of the gift is so you can have content too. Oh, thank you. I mean, I'm not worried about the content. Like, let's be honest, I haven't really been on and had a video in probably a year now. Okay, so the next shade is Ray. And I'm going to pretend. Ooh. So although Ray just kind of looks like a shimmery champagne shadow, I'm going to let her in so that she's not screaming. And then I'm going to yell down to Calvin real quick. Ruby. Hey, Cal. She's screaming and banging on the door, so. All right, Ruby, but you have to be quiet while Mommy does her video, okay? All right. Calvin might barge into the... She's still in here. Rube, come on. Go with Daddy. I'm just doing a video. Give me a few minutes, okay? Give me a high five. And then I'll do your makeup later, okay?
No,
Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Mom life. Okay, so now I'm distracted. So Ray looks like a champagne-y color, but it has, I would say, a green shift to it. I don't know if I'm gonna, maybe if I turn down the lights here, if you'll be able to see the shift green. It's super pretty. And then the next shade is Twilight, which is like a deep cobalty navy color. which is very pretty. They don't swatch the best, but I noticed with my bright mattes, it didn't swatch the best, but it actually blends really well. Lowering the light helps, yeah. Yeah, but also I still have a Note 10 Plus, so I guess it's not the best camera quality, and you know, I don't have that great of overhead lighting either since we moved into the new house. Okay, the next shade is Ocean, which is a, ooh, so it's a blue shimmer, but it has a black, oh man. And then I'm gonna be snotty. That's gonna help. It has a black base. And it's very pretty, and it's sort of unique. Like I have blues that have a dark base, but it's I guess it's just the formulation of it is really nice, like different. Maybe it's more on the bluer side, where the other ones that I have that have a dark base are a little bit more turquoisey. I don't know, but that's super pretty. So how are you ladies? How's everything going out there? It's super cold here in Florida, incredibly, considering it's Florida. It's like 50, or it might have hit 60 as the high, but it's probably going to go back down, and it's going to be in the 30s tonight. So the next shade is Forest. Just a matte green, like almost emeraldy color. Door. So our partners swapped. Yeah, it's supposed to freeze. They gave a warning on our like county Facebook page too, which means I have to check to make sure we don't have any sprinklers to go off tonight. But yeah, the next shade is Breeze, and oh my gosh, it just like layered on my finger, so pretty, and it's just so shimmery. I'm guessing it's a foil. Like, I don't know what Beauty Bay Formula's eyeshadow textures are normally, but it's very foiled and it's super pretty. I cannot wait. I just can't wait. Thank you so much, Clara. Yes, how's apartment going? I think I had seen a message from you last night, but Calvin came in, and generally when Calvin comes home, I kind of forget about my phone, unfortunately. It's a bad habit. But I'm like, oh, Calvin's home. He's not on the road. Yay. The next shade is Mint, which is definitely a pastel mint green shade. Perfectly named. It doesn't spread that well compared to some of the other mattes because it's a pastel shade. But I have tried their pastel mint shades before, so I think it'll work fine on the eyelid. It's just not as creamy as their other mattes. My cats like to bang on things when I'm in a conference call for work. Oh, they want that attention. Mom, you're not paying attention. Getting some vitamin D. My house is just a disaster, so I'm so sorry. Mine is too, but it's just normally a disaster. So the next shade is Twilight, where the Breeze shade is more of a blue toned green. The no, not Twilight, Moss. I read from up top. The Moss shade is more olivey green. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That swatched so beautifully. Oh man. I love this. I should have gotten, I'm gonna need more Beauty Bay shimmers. These are gorgeous. These are gorgeous. So I would say it's a more olivey, like almost khaki, or it's definitely deeper than the other green, and it does look like it might have a black base. I can't really tell. So the next shade is Ivy, which is the deepest of the green shades. Is it a green or is it a black? Yes, it's a green. It's almost black. It is, no, on camera it looks a lot more green, but in person, when I first watched it, I could have sworn it was a black. But there's just so much light that you're not going to be able to see quite how deep it is. That's going to be so nice to deepen up the outer corner without making it too in a different tone. I feel like sometimes when I deepen with black, it changes the color in a way that I don't want it to change it. So I'm excited to play with that. This is definitely, I would say, like a winter palette of sorts. Even though it has some, you know, more vibrant shades, they're still kind of in the dark tone. And I'm just making a huge mess of it too. The next shade down is Lime. Also another shimmer. Oh my gosh. So foiled, I forgot to wash my hands. So it's gonna go at the base of my, so beautiful. So it is a lime, but it's almost like an antique gold lime, which I think is super pretty and works well with the palette, and is a little bit more unique to my collection. Like I do have a lot of lime green shimmers, but they're more traditional lime green, like summery lime greens. So I am very super happy to have that. These shimmers, like just gorgeous. The next is Leaf, which is a matte chartreuse. Is this chartreuse? There's a name. No, that's vermilion. Okay. There's a name, Celadon? There's a name that I thought was green, but it wasn't green. Maybe it is vermilion. I'm pretty sure this is chartreuse. And it is a beautiful and unique color to my collection anyway. Maybe you guys have lots of chartreuse. I think probably if you have a good deal of the melt palettes, you might have chartreuse in there. The next is Eucalyptus, which is also in the same family as that chartreuse, but just a deeper shade. So, excuse me. Up here, they're slightly more blue toned, although towards the end, they do get a little bit more yellow toned, but down on this next one, the greens here are much more yellow toned. So definitely a different look going there. The next is Marigold, which is your standard mustardy yellow. Very pretty. And the last is Fossil, which is another one of these foils. And hey, if you're sleeping on this Beauty Bay palette, you should really get it. Look at that shine. That shine is stunning. I held off for a while because I was like, wow, I'm so tired of getting suckered into things that I don't end up actually using or actually enjoying. Like, I wanted to come out with a video of all the high-end things I purchased, or not even high-end, but like mid-tier to high-end that I ended up not liking. Oh, my chat didn't scroll down. Thankfully, most people find it endearing, stupid autocorrect. Okay, sorry, the vitamin D is for you, Sam, because Calvin is back. Oh, yes. Lots of vitamin D. Sorry, I usually don't make those jokes. But I've been watching a lot of Drag Race. I do make those jokes, but I don't expect you to make those jokes. So I was thinking you were talking about the sun in Florida. So that's nothing but those jokes most of the time. Anyway, is anything improving in the apartment? I'm like your kitchen. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, those shimmers look beautiful. Love that shade. Yep, chartreuse. I have no idea what it's called, but I love it. I love how grungy that rose. Yes, it's giving me These three shades are giving me the flower palette from the Kaleidos palette. You know, flower punk, flower punk. And I had such FOMO for that palette, especially since I love the Club Nebula palette. But I also was like, I know that I won't be using those, the specific arrangement in the Flower Punk palette that often. So I was like, I'll wait. But yeah. So kitchen is still worse now. The dining room is also now torn. Yes, you were telling me that there's other parts of the house that are now torn up. That's crazy. Why won't it automatically come down? I think I'm thinking of Flower Balm. Is that fragrance from Victor Rolf? That guy. And Flower Punk, I think, is the Kaleidos one. Yeah, so I'm so sad for you. 3 rooms, kitchen, dining room, and my office spare room. When I had seen the video of your video background, like your typical setup background, like, and with the, I think part of your wall was missing or something, I was like, oh my gosh, like how many, you just need a do-over. They just need to just knock it down and put it back up. But I know, but it's like a condo, so you can't even really do that. Oh, you're in such a hard position. I'm sending you such positive vibes, and I'm hoping everything solves out soon. The next shade is Poppy, which is, it's like an orangey red, I would say. Bring everything down to the studs. And all because they were too lazy to do it the right way the first time. I like this shade. It's not a pink toned red, and I don't have any, maybe I do, but not that I like. The reds that are in the Bright Mattes palette, they are definitely pinker toned reds, so I'm excited to play with this one. And then the next shade is called Raw, and it's a darker red. Ooh, I'm excited to play with those. They almost look brick or like less. I'm sorry. My stand is, that's not even the one to turn down bright. Yes, it is. Oh, I don't know. Okay, there we go. My attachment for my phone is, there we go. That's a little bit truer. Yeah. So that's that. And then the foiled shadow is called Heat. I would say this one is my, I'm gonna try it again with my other finger. Maybe I don't have as much. It's the least foiled of all the shades that I've tried so far, which makes me sad because I was really hoping for wow with it. But it does look beautiful on in the swatch. It's just not as foiled as the other ones. The other ones are definitely foiled, and this one is just a shimmer, I think. Although if you layer it, it picks up a little bit more luminosity, but not quite as intense as the other ones. And then the next two shades are Earth and Sunrise, and then we can get to Mariposa one. All right, so Earth, typical brown, warm toned brown, and Sunrise is like a grungy orange color. Yeah, Poppy shade is gorgeous. It's so sad that they have to do that though. And I think if that happened here, at least Martin could help a bit because apparently Germans do a lot of advanced home construction themselves. I don't know, at least his family does these things a lot. I mean, I guess it could be just Martin's family, but Americans don't teach our children a lot of things that they should know. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was just a German standard. Yeah. My hand is stained red now. That's not too bad. I have a cut on my hand. I'm sorry, guys. I was not prepared for this. I mean, I knew this package was going to come, but I didn't realize I was going to put things together and manage to pull off a live stream. Singaporeans don't either. You know, I don't know. I guess that there are some cultures that are a little bit less, they kind of look down on manual labor. And then there's some cultures that realize manual labor is a backbone of society. You need to give some credit to where it's due and whatever. So I don't know. Like, I feel like in America, nobody really wants to do manual labor, and people look down on those people. And so when you're learning things like that, they're like, oh, why are you doing that? Just hire someone to do it, you know? So I don't know. I'm trying to see the messages. Oh, really? There was so much water damage that even the structural components needed to be replaced. Super expensive. Yeah, you probably had to get a contractor. I'm not a contractor. I'm reading you say my contractor has to get a special permit and work with a structural engineer. But I'm assuming even like down to the electricity, you probably have to get fixed or reinforced or something. Like, I don't know. Because of so much structure damage. Because of so much water damage, I mean. And like water between the snow accumulating on your ceiling and then also the water from your bathtub. That's crazy. You just got hit both places. I think like in the 80s and 90s, they didn't really do a good job of waterproofing things. I feel like could fix water damage, but maybe they could do some manual labor if they were given some instructions. I did a lot of stuff myself, but after my back. Yeah, I wouldn't like, I don't know. We do some stuff in the house, but there's gonna be stuff that I'm just not gonna touch because I'm gonna be afraid to like void the warranty at my house or like things like that. So I don't blame you for not doing it. Spanish style condo with a flat roof. So water would just pool? I'm trying to think of what that looks like. Obviously, there would have to be some kind of gutter system, but is it Pueblo? My place? My house is just standard 2-story American traditional or something. Something bullshit. It's concrete block on the bottom, and then it's stick framing on the top. It's wood, and then just regular shingles. I would never do shingles myself. With a pitched roof. Yeah, it's I forget the word. I think it's gabled. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what buildings do for their flat roofs and stuff like that. I'm guessing they just have a really good drainage system. Yeah. And so the water comes off naturally. We didn't even get gutters that came with our house. Like our house literally doesn't have gutters. And when we first moved in, because in the summertime it rains really hard in Florida, my garden wasn't doing very well at all because it was being drowned. So we're gonna have to get gutters put in before the spring because otherwise my poor hibiscus tree is gonna die, and I would be so sad. Okay, so Cielito Linda? Cielito. I'm pretty sure my Spanish is rusty, but I feel like it's beautiful little cloud, but I think that that's wrong. For some reason, I think Cielito is little cloud and Lindo is handsome. Maybe it is handsome little cloud. But this color would be, it would be a light teal with almost an olive duochrome shift. Ooh, that's so pretty. The next shade is called Karin. I'm gonna fail when it comes to the tilde over the end. There's another word for the tilde over the end. It's not a tilde, but whatever. Cariño, which is a minty shade too. Okay, so it has about the same effect as the mint from the Beauty Bay palette, so it's not terrible. Not the best, but it's not terrible. Yeah, in most areas where flat roofs exist, there isn't a lot of rain. That doesn't make it. Why would they do that? I was thinking when you were saying Spanish style, and I was like, it's in Seattle or outside of Seattle. That doesn't sound Seattle-ish. But it sounds cute, but it doesn't sound Seattle-ish. Okay. The next one is Sentimientos, which is a deeper, I would say it looks a lot like no, it would be a mix between eucalyptus and maybe forest, where it's probably a true neutral, I would say, where it's not quite warm leaning and not quite cool leaning. It would be a neutral, mid-tone green. The next color is Michoacan. I know how to pronounce that one because I knew a guy from Michoacan. No, but it was, no, where was he from? No, his family was from Michoacan, but they lived in Nayarit. Anyway, so Michoacan, which is a shimmery color. It is a, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love turquoise colors. This is so pretty. It's a deep turquoise shimmer. It's not quite foiled, but that's okay. Let me catch up to the chat because that's most of its fun is cielito, a sweetie. Okay, I think maybe in French, ciel is cloud, so I think these would be magnetic too. I'm gonna have to try it. I mean the eyeshadows, cielito. Okay. Oh, handsome little sweetie. Maybe it is this, didn't the founder just have a baby in the last couple of years? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. Okay, I'm gonna butcher this, and I'm so sorry. Huamuchil, maybe? It sounds like it might be an Azteca word versus Spain. It's this kind of looks like again, kind of like in between leaf and ivy in terms of depth, but also a little bit more neutral, I think. All right, so that's the top row. Super pretty. So pretty. I love blues and greens, hence the turquoise in my hair. Let me go ahead and clean. I'm getting messy here. So it's definitely been probably about a year since I even uploaded a video. And I've just mostly been hanging out on Instagram and watching you lovely ladies' videos. Like avocado, yes, yeah. Okay, mensaje, which means message. I am pretty sure. It is a tangerine shade. It doesn't stretch far, but that doesn't mean anything. Like it's not as smooth to swatch, but I think it could still look pretty good. And it's an interesting color. Like, I don't think I would ever put it in a palette myself, but then it would probably help transition shades, so definitely helpful. The next one is tequila. If I didn't know the word tequila, you'd start questioning my authenticity to adulthood. I'm pretty sure tequila is a rite of passage for most people. Um, Te adoro, which means I adore you or I like you, which is another transition shade probably, mostly. It's like a beigey. You had way too much. You know what? You can't have, yes, I guess you could. If you ended up in the hospital having your stomach pumped, maybe then you'd have too much. But listen, live your best life. The next one is señales, and I have no idea. I can't even entomology this one. Señales, like age? Seniority? No, probably not. Like I said, I can't even entomology this guy. Señales. Wait. No, that's siesta. Yeah, I can't. I can't even begin to even think. Sorry if anybody sees any boogers. Mesquite, which is a bronzy coppery foil shade. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. That is beautiful. That's the second row. So pretty. So pretty. They did a really good job with this palette because you can, I mean, each row goes together, but then obviously you can mix and match too. You haven't had any tequila? You're not an adult then, Clara. Don't be lying to people. We'll have to have some when we all get together. The next shade in the next row is Maria. Ah, I don't know how opaque the cranberry and like plummy shades, the dark mauvey shades in the She's and Parties is, but this is beautiful. I was really worried about this pigmentation. Like, can I even get... It is pigmented through and through. I love it. You come to the US, we'll have to get a good bottle to share. Yes. But do we get one with a caterpillar in it or no? Because I kind of would probably want to for tradition's sake, but also be really skeeved out if I was the one who had to eat the cat. Ew, no, that's not gonna happen. Listen, I don't even know if any of the brands do that anymore. I certainly don't think Jose Cuervo does. So, so the next shade is Mariposa, which Mariposa is butterfly, right? Barbie Mariposa? I'm pretty sure Mariposa means butterfly. And it's a very pretty orange shade. I think it has some of like a red shift to it. Special order and import brand. Okay. I don't think we're gonna go to that length. Very pretty. It leans more red, I think, than yellow. It's definitely an orange, but it leaves red. It leans red. So the next is Abuelita, which means grandmother. Which is a coral shade, and I think it's both perfect for grandma, excuse me, and also just a beautiful shade. I do like that shade, and definitely unique to my collection too. Clara, I don't think I'll ever have to buy another makeup palette because I have so many nice ones. I didn't even drink at my wedding. I have my reasons, but I will explain better in person than on chat. Oh yeah, that's cool. If you wanna, I mean, look, I have physical gastrointestinal reasons why I'm probably never going to get wasted again in my life. But the occasional like little bit of wine or whatever I'll have. But I don't actively seek alcohol either. And I know that there are people who have like parents who were alcoholics and it like gives them flashbacks and things like that, or someone that they dated before or whatever. And so I'm not gonna tell you you have to have alcohol, but I guess that is what I said. I'm sorry. You don't have to have alcohol as a rite of passage to be an adult. I'm just, you know, being an annoying American, I guess. um, so the next shade is Abrazos, which I can't remember what the word for hug is. And I don't know if it might not be. It is hugs. Okay, good. I thought so. Okay, so Abrazos is I would say it's a garnet shade. It's red. It has slightly like a brown tone to it. And I would say, yeah, it's warm like a hug. It's a very warm red, um, leaning brown. The last shade in the row is Nueva Vida, which means new life. I I'm pretty sure. And new life is an interesting um it has like a bit of a more burgundy purplish lean to it, but it's still like a red shade. It's interesting. I like it. I'm not sure how they would all go together, but probably very gorgeously. New life. Yeah, see, I only took high school Spanish, but then I've dated a few Spanish speaking people and I've worked with a lot of Spanish speaking people, so I've picked things up along the way, but I'm by no means bilingual. So, if he drinks vodka, he'll start singing Russian. I mean, bonus points for him knowing Russian because I don't know anything in Russian. Um, oh, I have to clean this arm. That would help. What are you guys? Oh, so Clara, dinner is almost over. You should be going to sleep now. I am keeping you from snuggling with your lovey buns. And you're not anywhere near dinner time, are you? I was going to ask what everyone's having for dinner. I am making chicken. I think we have corn on the cob and sweet potatoes. And then Calvin's making fish, but me and the kids don't really eat fish. I know we should, but that's a different story. Should is different than does. So for the last but not least row, the first word is charo. Charo, which I don't know. I don't know the etymology for that. It might be a super easy word that I might should know, but I don't. My sleep has been really weird. No, it's almost like lunch for me. Okay. So this is a deep purple. I would say it's probably a deep burgundy. Please do a look if you have time. Okay, sure. Yes, I will. I don't know what to do though. Now I'm feeling weird. Horseman. Okay. That makes sense. Almost like the leather on the saddle. No? Maybe? It's a deep burgundy wine. Wine is probably a good color to call that. The next one is noob. I don't know. Or nube. I I I don't know. It's purple and it's noob. And it's very pretty. It is super pretty. When I hear the word noob, I think of gamers and how my children watch YouTube all the time and call each other noobs even though they don't really know what noob means. I guess they do know what it means, but I still feel like they're too young to know. Oh, hold on. Gonna get gross with it. Okay, there we go. But I guess nube. Yeah, I don't know what the Spanish. Let me see. What did she say? Cloud? Oh, like a nebula? Cloud? A dark cloud? Like, almost like a curse? Almohada, which I don't know what almohada means. Oh, they're only half blue, okay? Half is blue and half is green, but yeah, sometimes they do. Oh, these colors are so beautiful. This whole row is so pretty. Yeah, oh, okay. It's, why did I say nebula? I don't know. But I don't know. Okay, so almohada is a more pinker tone, like a dark fuchsia color. I think, yeah, I think that sounds accurate. The last shimmer shade is called Sagrada. And it looks to me like a pinkish copper tone. Olive and oak. I don't get an update. Yeah, I haven't actually had any videos recently. I haven't had any for about a year now. So, in May of last year, I moved. And so from a few months before I moved, I had packed all my boxes up, and so my place didn't look nice. And then a few months after I moved, I was still getting furniture. Like I don't even have a bed frame. If you happen to notice how low the bed is on the floor. And I just fell into kind of a rut and haven't really been doing anything. And I worried like I don't have any good ideas or I don't know. But my friend sent me these palettes. So I just did a live unboxing and some swatches, and hopefully I'll do an okay look today. And so, yeah, thank you for joining me though. That's very sweet. I didn't really realize I had any fans. Thought it was just mostly my friends and family. So thank you. Okay, so for the last, well, not fans. That's not what I mean. Like people who enjoy watching my videos, you know? I like this set, actually. Yes. Oh, a nice picture on the wall. So those are actually, they're from a craft store called Michael's, and it was their Halloween decorations. And and I loved them, and I thought they were cute, and I was like, you know what? This is just my everyday decorations, okay? This is my everyday. This is Halloween every day. So the last color is Perla, and it's a true red, I think. Whereas the other ones lean warmer or browner. This one's like a bluish tone red. That's where's my kryptonite. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, Michael's, I can spend so much money at Michael's. Also doesn't distract from you. I was thinking about putting like a desk or something in the background. I think eventually this whole wall might be a row of desks and drawers so that we have more storage in the master, because they didn't really put together like a good closet kit. It's just wire basket style on top, and then like the hooks I mean, the bars so you can hang your clothes, and there's no real dressers. And when we left the other place, we had to throw away some of the dressers because they're from IKEA and they're from Brooklyn. So we moved from Brooklyn to New Jersey, from New Jersey to Calvin's uncle's house when we first moved down here, and then from his uncle's house to the apartment, and then from the apartment to the house. So I don't think IKEA is meant to last that long. So we definitely need some more storage. So I was thinking about a row of desks in the background, but I also do like how it's minimal on that wall. And before I wipe this away, just to give you a look, this bottom row is stunning. And even though it's not, I feel like the foil shades from the other rows might have been a little bit more pow. I feel like this one, Okay, what colors should I, what colors should I work with today? I don't even know. I've mostly been using the Jackie Aina palette because I've been doing ethereal fairy type looks. Not even fairy, well, I guess fairy. What I would interpret as fairy looks, where it's a shifting, one color that shifts, and then whatever color on the outer corners. It's a good staple row. Yeah, I feel like between both of these palettes, I'm set for a long time. So maybe if you had a soft standing lamp in the corner of the room. Yeah, just something, right? Yeah, well, you know what? Once we get the bed frame, the problem with the bed too is that I want like a really solid bed because I do get a lot of vitamin D from the sun. Uh, and I don't want a bed frame that's going to squeak or bang or break or fall apart super easy. So I hope this is not too much information. So I don't know what brand to get. Like I don't know what's going to last because everything I see online is kind of like composite wood and cheap and like doesn't look. So once we get the bed frame for the bed, then we'll be able to tell nightstands. And once there's a nightstand in that corner, I think it'll look a lot better too. Would love to see home decor videos. Do you do those? I can start. So since I've been buying things for the house, it's slow going because we are on one budget. We're on his budget, so it's been slow going. But once I get things set up, I could go ahead and do. It's not going to be that impressive. I'm sorry. It's not going to be super, super impressive, but I can always do like a house tour or like a room tour or whatever the case may be. Okay, so that was the first palette, and this is the second palette. My comfort zone is telling me to use the blues and greens, but that last, honestly, all of the rows looked super pretty. Close my eyes and pick a color. Which palette? I'll use the melt palette because I know Clara's really itching for me to to use the melt palette. Oh, I actually have a you can see there's a lamp that's down, and when I get up to get my brushes, because I didn't think to bring my brushes to the table for some unknown reason, you're gonna see his laundry that I've been chucking in the side until I get a chance to fold it up for him. Hold on one second. And I am just in some Victoria's Secret sweat shorts that were on sale during the first column of the third green down from the first column of the wilderness. The lime shade. What could I pair it with? Should I pair it? Should I combine the palettes? Should it all be green? Or Yes, yes. Yes to all green? Okay. I think, let me see this one. Let me compare some of these greens real quick. So the guamuchil, sentimientos, Nueva Vida is too red. Okay. And then earth, eucalyptus, leaf, and then lime. Okay. I don't know how this will work out. Lime green plus pink is pretty, or even the dark blue. Got gold in the mirror. The more that you liked. And whatever you like. Okay, so. Ooh. All right. And then if you guys happen to hear in the background, I bought my son an alarm clock, and for some reason I just haven't gotten around to fixing it. It goes off at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. every day. It's supposed to go off at 6 in the morning, and I'm just that hot mess mom. So I haven't fixed it. So that's gonna go off until someone decides to go upstairs. Where is my white brush? Where's my angle? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I am cleaning this brush off, but it's going to look stained. And I am going to take almost shield and no, first I'm going to take earth as a crease brush. I mean, no, as a transition shade. What am I saying? I'm so distracted and nervous from doing a look live. Honestly, I didn't realize how much courage it takes to actually come up with something without actually even conceiving it. Conceive, you know what I mean. Thinking it up. Having an idea of what you're gonna do. It's very nerve-wracking. Even though I play with makeup and wear makeup I wear makeup at least 3 or 4 times a week. Meaning like actual eyeshadow full looks. What is this? Okay. Or bronze gold rather. Oh, that's right. You are from New Jersey. Do you like the weather better in Florida? I'm in Colorado. I do love the weather better in Florida. It does get like ridiculously hot in the summertime, but most people aren't just hanging outside at 3 p.m. in the summertime in Florida anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. Like, okay, in terms of parenting, like I have to take my kids out probably before 10 a.m. in Florida and then like after a certain time. But the cats are staring at me. And then after like 5 or 6 p.m. So next I'm going to take Guamuchil from the Amori Mariposa palette. And I'm going to put this into the outer corner. Ooh. I'm struggling a little bit because I put too much on the brush. But I do appreciate not having to get ice off of my windshield in the morning. And not being so frozen. Like right now, it's actually pretty cold. I feel like it's getting a little muddy. Where I'm not really feeling like taking them out, and I feel a little guilty. Oh, am I dipping? I'm not really feeling like taking them out as much until it warms up, which I feel guilty because they definitely, as little ones, need. This is strange how that could just be my fault, but it's blending too well. Maybe. And maybe it's muddied from the brush, or maybe it's not mixing well with the Beauty Bay palette. Oh, that's okay. But I've adjusted a lot better than I initially thought I would, being from the northern tundras of New Jersey. Mostly I just find myself trying to convince other people to move down here. Because I find myself this might be a little bit of a learning curve. Because it seems like it's a very pigmented shade, but it just goes all over the place and it lacks a little bit of control. I'm like, it looks like I picked up a lot of it on my brush. I don't think so. Your friends in Davenport need to actually solidify the deal so that way we could be close. Like, I go to Davenport probably, if not once a week, once every 2 weeks, because Target is there and it's the closest Target to me. I mean, the Target in Lakeland is also pretty close, but like the Guamuchil. Oof. I don't know how to feel. Let me just move on from it, I think. Let me add a little bit of Sentimientos because it got a little bit less green. And so I'm just putting that to mediate between the darker green and the shimmer shades I'm going to put. Oh no, yeah. Let me not pick up too much from the brush. It's a cute little town. I've decided to sell my condo in the near future, so who knows what will happen. Sell it and move to Florida. So reckless. Not that you're going to take the advice of some stranger from the internet, but at least you know you'll have friends. You'll have your friends who live in Davenport, and you'll have your friend me, who will not always be occupied with children because her children will soon be all in school, and I'll have I'll have time one day. And then I'll probably be sad that my children are little and gone. I mean, not little, big and gone. There we go. Okay, so that fixed it a little bit. It made the Guamuchil shade, it gave it a little bit more green. Now I'm gonna take NYX glitter glue and where are my flat brushes? Flat brushy, where are you? flat brushy. If I can't find you, what are we going to do? I think Florida's not necessarily for everyone, but I enjoy it. So I guess my biggest recommendation is spend like a significant amount of time here before you actually move, and develop like ties and bonds and find your job before you move down here too, because it's probably not the easiest to find a place to work. I have a list of places that I'm considering. Orlando's one. You definitely should. You should. Is it hard being away from family? I always wondered that when people move away, or is your family also in Florida? I have no family. I have no family in Florida. My husband does, but he doesn't. We don't really get to see them that much. I'm going to have to use this guy. Thankfully, the work part is easy. Yes, perfect. Okay, so move. What are you waiting for? Teresa's dad is moving down here too. Didn't you know? It is very difficult without my family. I'm not gonna lie. There's not much of a support system here for me. It's just me. It's just me. But on the flip side of that, I am. Did I not make this even? I think I put more green on this side than this side. Oh well. Well, we'll see. On the flip side of that is, I think that my children will benefit from being down here more so than up there. I think it's a little bit more laid back down here. New Jersey is it's almost like New York. It's very fast paced and people are not necessarily the nicest and things like that. So for me, it kind of seemed like a no-brainer to stay here. Not everybody operates because their children prefer it or whatever. But for me, I want to go where my family is happiest and try living in places for a little while. That sounds so much fun. You'll have to blog that because then I can live vicariously through you. Not that I'm unhappy being a mother and being tied down, but yeah, we can always live vicariously through other people when we are lacking something. So, and unsure if we can make those steps ourselves. So yeah, I would definitely like to live vicariously through you if you do that. I wish I took more chances when I was younger. At the moment, I'm living in, let me At the moment, I'm living in Germany and my family lives in Singapore. I do miss a lot of things about Singaporean culture and social support and the language, but not my family dynamic. I can feel that. I love my family dearly, but also, like, I'm not necessarily like my family, so I don't necessarily feel that strain in the way that others might. Like Calvin and his mother talk on the phone every single day, and for the most part. And I call my mother once a month if I remember. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Mom. She will never watch my videos anyway, but yeah. I don't think that mesquite is gonna, maybe I could put mesquite underneath. I'm gonna take tequila and put it in here. I don't know if it's necessarily how they raised me. Oh, and my phone's only at 5%. Ooh. but also just the kind of person that I am. I'm just I guess I'm better alone. I don't know. No, I guess that's not true. Okay, so I'm gonna take Mesquite underneath. I'm gonna see if I can plug in. Get my tripod down a little bit lower and plug in my phone. Because the live stream is going to end very shortly if I don't. Technical difficulties, hold on. Temporarily, we'll see. My brushes, but I can get them out of the way. Will it reach? Yay! Yes, her mindset is definitely different than mine, and also I think it's partially due to the, can I lower my seat anymore? Okay, we'll just do it like this. Partially her mindset is different, and partially it's because of the trauma that she had when she was in a car accident. And then I guess like my family, I don't know. It's difficult, but it's doable for me. And I guess for some people it wouldn't be doable, but for me it's doable. Okay. So I've got this liner from Koki? No, Ico. Ico. It's brown. I've been using this instead of a black liner lately, but this is not, you know, this green is patchy. Let me go back in a little bit since my thing is not currently dying anymore. So I'm going back in with both guamuchil and sentimientos. So I'm just kind of mixing it. I just realized I never put a primer on. This might not work. This might not be the eyeshadow's fault. This might be the fact that I'm not wearing a primer. I don't always remember to put in a primer. Just, I like when eyeshadows will work even without a primer because I'm a hot mess. The hot mess express. So it's a little disheartening. But I think we'll be able to make it work anyway. So let me go back in with the lime a little bit over on this side because it's a little bit more like a wall of color instead of a gradual fade. My kids are getting excited downstairs. Every time Daddy comes home, they jump on top of him and want to beat him up. I don't know why. I certainly don't encourage it, but that's the fun that they like having. Let me see. Anything new from the chats? Am I still live? Matches your hair so well. Thank you. I decided to take the pink Olive and Oak probably doesn't know unless they follow me on Instagram. I had purple hair. It was purple and aqua on the bottom, and it was gorgeous. Oh, I didn't do the liner. Okay, hold on. but it kind of like, I didn't really like the purple on the top. It was too dark for me. And I think I'm gonna stick to blonde for a while now, even though my natural color is not blonde. And sometimes when I try to teach my children about loving themselves the way they are and loving their own natural beauty, and then I sit here with bleach blonde hair, I get a little, I feel bad. I feel like a hypocrite. And then I feel like I want to go back to my natural, but it just isn't very flattering to me. Maybe one day I will enjoy my natural. I have to clean up underneath. But for me, for right now, I think blonde is the way to go. I think it brings more light into my eyes. Okay, so again, I'm using the Ico pen. I got it from an Ipsy box. I don't love it, but I am loving using brown liner instead of black. I think the older I get, the less I like black around the eyes. And I used to think that would never be possible. That I would always love black liner. But it just goes to show you how your mindset changes the older you get, and how when you age, everything changes about yourself and your life choices. Why do I not see these live chats? Oh, that's because nobody's chatting. I'm boring. Okay, so I'm gonna get close up for you. Maybe I'll put some lipstick. I had already had makeup on prior. Today, and I just cleaned my eyes off when I came to do this video, but I'm not seeing my contouring anymore. Maybe I should go back with that, but I probably am just way too lazy. And lately I've been trying to go with the lips, I've just kind of wanted to enhance. Yes, for a time I only wore brown mascara and brown liner, and I dyed my hair brown a lot. So everything in your world was brown, Clara. Like that Blue Babadita song, but brown. Lately I've just been wearing like a balm or lip gloss because my lips have been so chapped and dry. Do I even have it in here? Currently. No, I'll just use the lipstick. So this is, I think, Half Caked. Half Caked in the shade ASAP. Black Brown Birthday. That's okay. I mean, I'm not offended if people have things to do. Like, I'm nobody special. Yeah, this lip is not perfect. That's okay. And it's also not really perfect with the look either. I'm not going to put lashes on today because I just don't feel like putting lashes on today. I can't stop self-deprecating. That's who I am. Don't you know this about me? Gosh. You can buy me makeup and it can be perfect and it can be everything I want, but then you don't know that I like to depreciate my value. Okay, so here is the look. You can see there's a little bit of patchiness. Brown is good for no makeup looks. And yeah, I definitely see like, because I'm fair, I can get away with things that other people can't. And as you can see, I can't get away with doing my own mascara because I've got mascara everywhere. But yeah, so that's the eye look. So I blended, I have tequila from the Mariposa, lime from the Wilderness palette, guamuchil, and sentimientos in the outer corner, and mesquite on the bottom. And it definitely gives me that fairy vibe. So I'm totally digging this because I've been reading a lot of fantasy novels, and the most recent series is by an author by the name of Holly Black. It's the Cruel Prince, the Wicked King, and the Queen of Nothing. And this human is living her best life, sitting on the television or sitting on the couch watching television when this man comes in, knocks on the door, asks for her parents. She's like, "Mom, Dad, this guy's looking for you." And the guy draws a blade, kills the parents, and says, "Oh, you're my responsibility now because my cheating wife decided to have kids with this guy named Justin. So now you're my kids." So she goes to fairyland and eventually ends up queen of the fairies. But she has a lot of fun on the way. So I've just been everything all fairy every day. So yeah, thank you again to Clara for this beautiful makeup look, because for her buying me the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette and the no, this is the Mariposa. This is the Melt Mariposa Amor y Mariposa's palette, and this is the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. Mariposa is very heavy compared to, maybe because they're the magnetic ones. I don't have a magnet right now to pull it out though. My magnets are downstairs, so I can't tell, but I will tell you in chat, Clara. Thank you so much for everybody who is watching. I have to go make dinner now. I don't want to make promises I can't keep, but I have like set this area up now, and I'm feeling more productive, and I'm like this close to having a new video out. I just kind of, maybe this video was the drive that it took to get me to start posting again. So look out for me, because I will hopefully be appearing in the next week or two on your timeline at least once. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening or day or morning. Oh, Colorado, so that's 3 hours behind. So you ladies on the West Coast, have a great rest of your day. And Clara, have a great night. Thank you. I love you guys. Bye. Oh, technical difficulties.